DC Fitness Squad, what is going on? I hope we're all doing well and amazing. Happy Halloween. Happy Monday. Hope we're all doing great. And in the spirit of it being Halloween today, we're going to be talking about how to lose fat scary fast. All right, I'm excited about this one. I am going to get the podcast going and it's going to be good. It's going to be valuable. And I am just going to say, like, it does take time. It is a process to lose the fat. But if you do these things right here, you will lose the fat faster. All right. Because a lot of you have tried some stuff before and you've been stalling. It's not really working. You've tried to cut the carbs. You tried hypnosis. You tried this and tried that. Now you're back at square one. I'm going to talk about that. I don't want to get too in detail just yet. I'm going to save it for the podcast. All right. But appreciate you for tuning in. Means a lot. Make sure you hashtag I'm here if you're tuning in right now. And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay. And let's start this up. I'm going to get into the podcast. I'm going to get into the countdown and let's go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Men's Fat Loss Made Easy podcast, where I'm here to give you the best tips and tricks that you can use on your fat loss journey. Today, we're going to be talking about how to lose fat scary fast. Now, gentlemen, I totally understand, and you should know and understand that losing fat is a process. It does take time, but what we're going to be talking about today will speed it up. All right, and let's be honest, you've tried to get past results before and you failed. You've tried cutting carbs. You tried the P90X. You tried all the cardio. You tried the Weight Watchers. You tried the hypnosis. And now you're back at square one. You're feeling overweight. You're not satisfied looking in the mirror. And you have these love handles that you have to get rid of. All right, we're going to change that today for you gentlemen. All right. We'll be talking about 3 ways to lose the fat scary fast. And I promise if you stay consistent with what we're going to be talking about today, this will be the last time you start your fitness journey. The last time, because so many of you gentlemen, you start and then you stop. You start, you procrastinate. Oh, work is too busy. This and that. Holidays are coming, and then you stop and you get nowhere. So today, we're going to make sure that you start and you're going to keep going until you feel happy, until you feel confident, feeling comfortable in your clothes. And that's what we're going to do. All right. And before I really take a deep dive into this, I do want to let you know that these 3 practices that I'll teach you today are key staples in our DC Fit weight loss programs. Like key staples. When someone's at a certain point in the program, they need to be doing these 3 things to get the best results in the quickest amount of time. All right. So if you really practice these 3 things and implement, you will see the same weight loss results. You'll start to really see that fat melt off, and you're going to be feeling good, confident, and make sure that you could actually wear clothes that you enjoy wearing. And you're not just like covering your body. A lot of gentlemen come to me struggling with that. That's not going to happen anymore. So let's get into it. Let's do it. So the first best practice I would encourage you to do is resistance training 3 to 5 times a week with some incline walking at a 2.3 speed. And this can be done at home and around your neighborhood. Don't have to be in a gym, but that's like the key right there. If you're really looking to lose the fat scary fast, 3 to 5 times resistance training, 2.3 speed with incline walking, because you have to think, gentlemen, like if that's too much for you right now, busy work schedule, you just don't know if you could dedicate yourself to that. That's completely fine. But with this, we're talking about how to lose the fat scary fast, right? And if you want to lose it fast, we got to have this tandem of resistance training and some cardio, just some light cardio. So really it comes down to, in terms of this, like working your body, resistance training with just some steady state cardio, that will probably do the trick or treat for you. Kidding. It's Halloween. If you're listening to the podcast, whatever. Halloween today. The podcast doesn't know. The podcast doesn't know because this is going to be released on a later date. But that's the trick right there. Some resistance training with some steady state cardio. I'm not asking you. Everybody wants to go in shape. Everybody wants to get in shape and they go on runs. They go runs around and they're like, oh, why am I not losing the fat? Why am I not losing weight? Because you have to have that mix of resistance training and then just a little bit of steady state cardio. That's going to do the trick. The resistance training can be done at home, and the incline walking can be done literally on a hill around your neighborhood. All right. Or you can do resistance training at the gym and do the incline walking at the gym as well with a treadmill. on the treadmill. Either way, if you have that mix of strength training and cardiovascular training, you will be losing fat. You will be losing weight. You will have more energy for sure. You just have to really think, are my goals stronger than my excuses? Because so many of you gentlemen, oh, work is just too busy. I'm so busy, this and that and that and that. And it's like, okay, cool. Well, how do you actually feel looking in the mirror shirtless right now? Can you go to a public beach, take off your shirt, and actually smile and not care what people are going to think about you? Do you have healthy habits? Are you eating well? Right? So that's really the first key practice right there, is just really mixing in that resistance training, just 3 to 5 times a week. You could do it from home with some light cardio, incline walking. It could be at like level 3, 4 at a 2.3 speed, which is just a nice stroll. That's literally it. All right. So do that. It'll help you out. The second best practice you need to focus on to lose the fat scary fast is drinking adequate amounts of water. Drinking adequate amounts of water. You could be working out, gentlemen. You could be eating healthy, but if your water consumption is low, you will not lose fat scary fast. Your body needs a sufficient amount of water daily. All right. So this is exactly what I would just encourage you to do. Ideally, try to aim for a third of your weight in fluid ounces. Hear me out. Meaning if you weigh 200 pounds, you're going to divide that by 3. Take your weight, divide it by 3, and that number right there is what you should be drinking in fluid ounces per day. So if you're 200 pounds divided by 3, that is 66, like 0.6, whatever, just 66, or you can round to 67, and that's about 8 cups per day, right? And to make it easier than just drinking 8 cups, get a bigger thermos, like a water jug from Amazon, fill one of those suckers up, have once per day, and that's going to be good for you, gentlemen. All right, you need to be drinking more water. And ideally, honestly, I'm kind of cutting it short. Like ideally, you want half of your body weight in fluid ounces. But for a lot of gentlemen, that is a lot. We can work your way up to that. So just have a third for now. Okay. And half meaning like if you're 200 pounds, you should ideally, if you look it up, have half meaning like you should have 100 fluid ounces of water per day. But let's start at a third of your weight and we'll work our way up to a half. All right. And water, like it's going to give you energy. It's going to keep you hydrated. It's going to actually keep you full instead of craving the sugary and salty snacks all day. And it's going to aid in digestion. Does that make sense? That is the second best practice. All right. And then lastly, the third best practice is getting adequate sleep to lose fat scary fast. Getting adequate sleep. And this is often slept on. All right. I'm just cracking the jokes today. I'm cracking the jokes. This is often slept on, though. Getting actual sleep to see the fat melt off. You need to rest. You need to recover to build muscle and lose fat. You really aren't going to see the results come in at the gym. You get the results after you rest. And gentlemen, if you haven't had a day like this yet, there will be a day where you just wake up and you see those results looking in the mirror. And yes, it came from all the time you put in. It came from the effort you put in, but it actually also came from resting your body, recovering your body. And that's really what it comes down to. All right. So for you, gentlemen, I would recommend 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night for the best results. Around 7.5, 8 hours is gonna be ideal. But I know a lot of you gentlemen, some of us have to make sacrifices. We're working long hours. You have a busy schedule. You have a lot of things going on. Sometimes you have to work 6 hours. Sometimes you have to sleep 6 hours. Sometimes you have to sleep 5. All right. But what are you willing to sacrifice to make sure that by the time 2023 comes by, you're looking in the mirror and you're feeling good? You're feeling great. You don't hate what you see anymore. Yes, I want you to sleep, but sometimes that takes some sacrifice as well. And I'm going to bring it back to what I said in the beginning of the podcast. Are your goals stronger than your excuses? All right. But adequate, yes. Ideally, we can all do this 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night, and just make sure you're putting in the work. And if you are doing these 3 things, resistance training 3 to 5 times a week could be done from home with no equipment. Everybody thinks resistance training, I got to go bench press 225. You could do resistance training from home with no equipment and some incline walking, all right, on a treadmill or maybe a hill or a street you have near you at a 2.3 speed. That with drinking more water, with actually resting and recovering, you will be able to lose the fat. You will lose the love handles. You will see that progress. You'll see that fat melt off if you stay consistent with this. And if you start this today, all right, on November 31st, I was going to say 29th, November 31st, like 30 days from now, right? 30 days from now, you will see change. Is it going to be a crazy life transformation? No, but you're going to be looking in the mirror, having more energy, feeling way better, feeling like a leader, feeling good because you actually are keeping your word. Because so many of you gentlemen, you're like, oh, I'm going to start in July. I'm going to start in August. I'm going to start. And you never do. So the fact that you're actually starting and keeping your word, investing in yourself, like that is actually going to, your happiness is going to go from 0 to a 10. All right. And if you do that on day 30, you'll see that change and that will motivate you to stay consistent. But the key, gentlemen, is to stay consistent. But if you do all those 3 things, you will lose the fat scary fast. You will see it, but you got to stay consistent. Find the right help, find the right environment as well, because environment is everything, gentlemen. If your coworkers, your friends, your family, slugging beers every day, they're always going out, they eat like shit, they're not working out, so are you. So find the environment, an atmosphere, a coach, a mentor, that's someone that actually is going to help you out and really care about you. Actually pour effort, time, and energy into you so you can get the best results. And sometimes that's just a good friend. All right, but that good friend has to be a great friend if they're really going to push you. You need someone, you need a team holding you accountable. All right, so that is it, gentlemen. That is all I got. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. It means the world. Much love. And I will talk to you on the next episode. See ya. All right, DC Fitness Squad, thank you so much. Happy Halloween. I don't know if you all have plans today or later tonight, but sleep is important. So enjoy yourself, but also get some good sleep in, get your water in, resistance train, slight walking. That's how you're going to lose the fat scary fast. That was the topic for today. And hopefully you got value here. All right. If you really did get some serious value, I got some people on Facebook. Appreciate you so much for tuning in. I believe LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube is live as well. We got some people tuning in. Much love. Appreciate you. So if you got something from today that really stood out, message me your biggest takeaway from this podcast and we'll have a conversation. Be like, you know what? Is this your biggest struggle right now? I have a bunch of free resources. I could send you another podcast. I have ebooks. I have meal guides, recipes and stuff that I could send you that will actually help you lose the fat scary fast. All right. So hopefully this was good, helpful. Talk to you in the next episode. Stay safe today. Much love. See ya.